back with us today is the wonderful, the beautiful, the lovely Tisha Campbell, y'all. Tisha, you've got a major day under your belt. Are you ready for live girl chat, girl?
Oh, you know I am.
Yeah.
This is my favorite part of the show.
Thank you. Well, speaking of girl chat, last week we discussed the case of ex-Dallas police officer Amber Geiger, who was sentenced to 10 years in prison for the murder of her neighbor, Botham Jean. And one of the reasons why Amber was convicted was the riveting testimony of her other neighbor, Joshua Brown, who served as the key witness in her trial. However, the triumph over justice being served soon turned to tragedy when Joshua was ambushed at his own home on Friday and gunned down less than 2 weeks after testifying. It's being reported that Joshua was also set to testify against the city of Dallas in a wrongful death lawsuit brought about by Jean's family. And while the public is demanding answers, Dallas Mayor Eric Johnson tweeted Sunday that until an investigation is completed, the public should, quote, refrain from speculation. However, the NAACP Legal Defense Fund is asking for an independent investigation into Brown's death, calling the murder deeply alarming and highly suspicious. This is insane, the turn of events in just 1 week since we talked about this. So ladies, do you think that, like the mayor said, speculation is dangerous, or could it actually lead to what's necessary right now, action?
I hope it leads to action. I mean, obviously, if you're looking at the situation, that man was assassinated. If you don't see that there's something wrong, that there's something fishy going on here, if you don't smell that it smells fishy, then you're not breathing. Like, something is wrong here.
Yes.
Like, so now it's just the question of who done did it, which I'm actually super grateful. I saw that Sean King actually posted that there is a $100,000 reward for whoever finds out who actually did this. Do I think that will help? I'm hoping it does. I don't actually know that it will. It's scary times. I feel like if you think that you are now a part of an investigation or you speak the truth, will you be assassinated yourself? I'm scared to talk up here about it, to be honest. I'm like, how does this work?
But this is nothing new. Like, I remember my mother growing up in the hood, right? And two things that she was afraid of when my brothers went out, outside was, maybe they might, get in trouble with, gang members or something, or maybe they might be shot by a cop. And that's how we grew up. Like, this is nothing new, but then there's a dichotomy in it because for me, all of my family members are blue-collar workers. My brother was a lieutenant in the police force. And we started a new organization called DOPE, De-Escalation of Officer Patrol Encounters, where we fight for more diversity training with the officers.
Yes, that's definitely necessary.
And we also teach civilians at the same time. Because being that it is a dichotomy, I'm from the hood, but I also know the other side. So we also teach civilians, like literally with a cop car, a fake gun, and we teach them how to be pulled over. So, because for my brother, Stanley Campbell, he says that, that black lives do matter. Blue lives matter, but toe tags matter even more because we don't want nobody to go home.
Nobody should die.
That doesn't go home a lot.
Yeah. And I agree vehemently with both of you ladies. Until justice is fairly and equally served in all courtrooms, we need us to speak up.
Absolutely.
We need to say something.
Absolutely.
Because otherwise
It
happens behind those closed doors, and until a case happens to you, God hope that doesn't happen. But then you match it up with other cases that are unfairly ruled. You're like, wait a minute, you have to speak up in order to make it seem that we're watching and we're paying for these law and action orders, and we want to make sure that it's equal.
So obviously people are thinking it either is someone from her, like, let's just keep it real what's being said. It's either someone from her camp, her crew, her fam that felt like justice wasn't served, that she, whatever, because he spoke out against her, saying that he never heard her ask him to put his hands up, which is what he testified, which was obviously against her. And then people are saying maybe this is the police force that didn't want him to step forward. Correct, to step forward and say.
Could there be an independent, police department investigation? Because for me...
Well, that's what I would have liked for the mayor to say. Instead of saying speculating, say, we're going to take this to the FBI.
And we're going to get to...
And let the FBI...
that's so great.
Because this is what I was saying last week. When everybody was on me about black, white, you got a black police chief from Dallas. You had a black judge that hugged the girl. When I say you need to worry about corrupt police, this is what we're talking about. This is what I was talking about.
In general.
This is what I was talking about.
Worry about the corrupt justice system.
Because for me,
general.
I feel like they need to figure out who did this ASAP.
Yeah.
Or otherwise, I will speculate. Do you see what I'm saying?
It's your right as an
Because
American.
if they're going to take their measly time, then, I mean, you can't help but to point fingers. Like, something's not right. Like you said, it just doesn't pass the smell test.
This is why we have the NAACP Legal Defense Fund. This is why I contribute, because this is the time when we need them, when they're saying, you know what, it's about people. It's about Americans, that anybody, this could affect you. If a police officer comes to your house and shoots you
while you eating ice cream, minding your business,
and then
in your
somebody
house.
testifies on your behalf, and then they shot the next week.
Come on.
Yes.
We need. This is why we have legal defense funds. This is why we fight.
I wanted to hear what your thoughts were. I'm going through some of your comments right here on your thoughts on the murder of Joshua Brown. At Hello There 216 said, man, it has to be connected to the case. I bet it was the cop she was messing around with.
Now that's speculation. That's dangerous.
At Olima1207 said, foul play because it sure as hell isn't a coincidence. My heart breaks and I desperately pray for change. At Angel Aviran said, it's very sad and unfortunate, but let's not get carried away and spreading rumors like wildfires. Okay, I do agree with you. Some speculation can be bad. Like, they were saying he got shot in the mouth, and that is not accurate. They actually say he was shot in his back or bottom half of his body.
It was close range that he got shot.
Yeah,
so,
but
not
specifically in the, you know what I mean? Like, people do add things to it.
But until you have an outside, I agree with Tam, until you have an outside investigation, the FBI, some other independent counsel, you cannot right now, I'm sorry.
You can't
Dallas
trust
police,
it.
and it's unsafe for me to even say that. I want my car to start in the morning. So we're going to move on.
Okay.
All right? We'll monitor the situation and keep everybody updated. Up next, comedian and new mom Amy Schumer, my girl, isn't joking around when it comes to love. She has her 5-month-old son, Gene. He is so cute. Amy recently shared some photos of her baby boy to Instagram, getting candid about the struggle she faced returning to work following Gene's birth. Amy said in part, I was so worried, was afraid to go back. A couple of days, I've cried from missing him, but it's mostly good to be back. And the break
and black is good.
It's good to be black, man. It's good to be black. She said it's good to be back, and the breaks energize me to be a better mom and appreciate my time even more. Now, Tisha, being a mom, a working mom, Tam, you too. Can you guys relate to this?
Oh my God, yes. For me, going to work is vacation.
Really?
Girl, yes.
I was about to say it's heartbreaking, no?
It is heartbreaking, like, especially when you have a new baby, but you get over that real fast. When I go, mommy, mommy, hey, mommy, mommy. And I was like, my name's not mommy, I changed it, it's Peaches.
Wow.
That's
Peaches.
so true.
Yes.
I mean, at first, it's hard because, you know, when you're on maternity leave, you're seeing all their cool little milestones. And going back to work, you have this guilt of missing that. But I have learned to see my work time and even my workout time as me time. It's important to have, you know, that balance.
That's
but
why
not only that.
so much.
Yes. You know what else is a good me time?
Yes.
Traffic.
Yes. Listening to your music.
You be stalling getting home?
No, I don't stall, but I enjoy it.
Yeah, the music.
The quiet.
Now, I'm a great mother. I love my children.
know.
Yes.
And I had my kids come to the set. I was lucky enough to have them
Same
with
here.
me.
With
Yeah. But, you know, those are those times where you forget yourself.
Well, how do you get over the guilt? I think
you don't. I mean, for me, there's always going to be some type of mommy guilt. You just have to change your perspective. And that is what Tisha and I, that's what we're saying. I had to literally train my mind to say, hey, look, let's be a positive example for my children. Once they get older, they will understand that mommy is pursuing her dream.
And hard work.
And hard work can get you. Yes.
I always love that you say that Araya is gonna look at you and see like, I was pursuing my dreams. Like, you know, I love that.
As long as there's balance. So when I'm home, I make sure that I have quality time you know, with my children.
Because we wanna-
sometimes people mix quantity and quality up. Do you know what I mean?
No, totally. And I think that, you know, people don't understand that it's a lot of work being a housewife and a mother.
Oh,
That's
I'm
work.
tired now.
Yeah, and sometimes it's thankless.
Yeah, all
and
that
sometimes
sex you gotta do and stuff.
Yeah, that's messed up.
You know, we were talking about this randomly with Kelly Rowland at Tyler Perry. Party. Do you
Yes,
remember
she
this?
was talking about this.
And I asked her, I was like, do you ever feel guilty, like, going to work? Because she was talking about how hard it is to leave Titan, and then she had to leave Titan to go to the Tyler Perry party. And I was like, how do you get rid of the guilt? And she's like, honestly, I got down on my knees to his level, and I said, Titan, he was saying, why do you have to go to work? Why do you have to leave? Why? And she was pointing out the things that they have. She was like, look at your toys. Look at this house we live in. Look at the food that we eat. Do you enjoy that? And he was like, yes. And
She was
like,
teaching him, what she was saying is she was teaching him how to be
yes.
responsible.
And that she has to work in order to afford these things so that they could live this comfortable life. And he got it, she said, which is cool.
I also think that we hear this story and it's like, okay, Amy Schumer got 5 months. And I was like, wow, that's so soon. And then I realized the average woman only gets 3 months maternity leave. So that's even less time that they have to spend with their baby. And I think it's 12 weeks total, right? 12 weeks.
I got 9
I got
with
3.
Araya.
You got
9
9 weeks and you had to come back to work. How quickly did you come back? 3 weeks and you came back to work.
But I had him with me.
Yeah,
So
I was
imagine-
lucky. I was lucky. It's the difference.
Imagine she feels sad and she had 5 months. The average woman only gets 12 weeks, which is 3 months, and they probably don't have the help. They can't afford, you know, I don't know what she has, but I'm just saying they probably can't afford help. They're doing it all on their own. So I just want to applaud moms out there. You guys are freaking superheroes. Like, I don't know how you do what you do, but you're freaking awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We just do it, you know?
Yeah.
Because we have to.
Now, before we go to the break, we want to give a real big shout out to our girl, Chesley Christ. Not only is Chesley Miss USA, but she's also going to be joining our friends at Extra as their newest correspondent.
So cool.
Chesley's also featured on the digital cover of Essence, alongside Miss America, Nia Franklin, and Miss Teen USA, Kaylee Gari. Chesley, girl, we are so proud of you, and we can't wait to see what great things are in your future.